Hi, good morning. Alan Combies here, FasterEFT Practitioner and creator of theskillsforchange.com. And this is another episode of Morning Coffee with Alan. These are just little quick videos that I like to share with you in regards to FasterEFT to hopefully help you better understand the belief system and to help you in your tapping journey, and also to encourage you always to see a practitioner. And that's what I want to talk about today, in that journey of self-healing that we are all on. And if you're not on, then you're probably in some sort of pain. That's generally how we are as human beings. We either settle because change is too hard, and that might be okay for a moment, but sooner or later the pain will set in. The pain comes from something inside that says you are special, you are meant to be more than this, and you have something to share, you have something to get out. And if you ignore that, the pain will set in, and it's not a fun experience. We as human beings, my personal belief that as human beings, our sole purpose in this existence is to expand ourselves, to expand our awareness, to expand what we believe is possible to create in this world. And create could be anything. It could be relationships, families, jobs, physical things, products, whatever. It's just experiences. That's a creation. You go on vacation, you're creating that experience. You sit and have coffee with someone that you really care about, with a friend. That's an experience that you're creating. And I believe that is really the only real thing that we're supposed to do here. Of course, there are many, many different ways to go about it, infinite number of ways. But when it comes to healing yourself, I'm a big proponent of doing your own work, understanding that FasterEFT is really not only about tapping, but it's about changing your belief system. It's about changing the mental map that you use to associate with the world. Wayne Dyer has that famous quote, "Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change." What does that mean? Well, it means you have an internal filter that you process information through. And as you begin, and here's what people don't realize, is that I think a lot of people in the I say a lot of people, but I think, and consciousness is changing, the awareness is changing. But I think in the past, it was sort of just a given that, you're born, you have a certain set of experiences, and that forms your belief system, and that's how you operate in the world. But we know that you can change those belief systems. You can change how you internally represent things. And the magical thing that happens when you do that, as Wayne Dyer says in his beautiful quote, is that when you change what goes on up here, your outer world changes. And that's not woo-woo, that's not new agey, that's fact. I mean, I've seen my life transform, I've seen my friends' lives transform, my clients, and you see it every day. You see it when people have that paradigm shift and they accomplish something that they never thought they could have in the past. It's a very empowering state, and I want that for you. And so tapping on yourself is really about changing that inner dialogue, changing those mental maps, changing how you filter information in the world. So doing the work on your own is extremely important. And one of the things that I have learned in the past couple of years is that what's equally important is getting someone else to work with you or on you, getting an experienced practitioner to work with you on your stuff, because so many times, we can work and work and work and tap and tap and tap, but there's just that one thing that we can't seem to get through, and it's because we are so deep into our own mental map, our own trance, if you will, that we just can't quite see it. Now, the important thing to know is, even if you aren't able to get to a practitioner, you should still keep tapping, because every time you aim at the problem or feel the problem and tap, you are making progress. Sometimes you can just supercharge that progress by seeing a practitioner. And I can sit here and tell you today that some of the best and biggest changes I've had have been with other practitioners working on me. You combine that with the daily work that I do, which is essentially just if I feel it, I tap in the moment. Then that's where magic happens. And it's strange to see sometimes. You think that life is just trotting along, but then you stop it, and you not literally, but you can almost imagine yourself going back to a time before you did all this work, and you can almost think the way you were thinking back then just for a moment, and experience the dichotomy, the difference. I that may sound kind of strange, but I remember every once in a while that happens to me. I'll just sort of think and go back to a time where I would have behaved differently in a certain situation, and I can almost get a glimpse of how I was thinking back then, and it's startling actually to get a glimpse of how you're changing, how your mental map has changed, and it's exciting because it's proof that you can change, and it's proof that life is ever expanding and infinite, and there are so many possibilities out there. So anyway, I think that's all I have for today. This is Alan Combies, Morning Coffee with Alan. See a practitioner. Keep doing the work that you're doing. You can visit my website at theskillsforchange.com. I'm also teaming up with Jonah Robbins. We're here in Los Angeles. Jonah Robbins is a extremely skilled level 3 practitioner, son of Dr. Eric Robbins, one of the leading mind-body health experts. And we've teamed up, and we're here in Los Angeles doing what we call crossfire sessions. Crossfire are extremely powerful sessions. I'll probably do another video on this soon, but it's essentially 2 practitioners on 1 client, and that equals big changes, big shifts. So I'll talk more about that later. For now, this is Alan Combies here at the beach house, and I'm going to enjoy the rest of my coffee. Have a wonderful day. Keep tapping. See a practitioner, and we'll talk soon. All right. Thanks very much.